I actually don't even think we are live. It just tells me we are.
No, you are live. And Wendy disappeared.
That's all right. She can come back. Good morning, everyone. I think we are live on the big wide world of the internet. Welcome. Hello. We have a few people here with us this morning. How fantastic. That's a really good photo, Alison, of yourself doing a crazy cat. All right. Good morning. Good morning. We are here for this week's Cosmic Perspective. We are now transiting through gate 36. We are 2 days into this transit. How's everyone feeling from last week? We did the Gate of Surrender last week. How do we feel from that one? I just want you to go back as you hop on and let us know you are here live or watching the replay. Let me know how you felt around Gate 22 last week. How much did it affect you? Did you have it? Did you not have it? Now, this week, we are transiting through Gate 36. And with Gate 36, this is about exploration. So we've been sitting in the surrender mode for a couple of days, or the last 6 days to be exact. Now we're 2 days into this gate of exploration, Gate 36. One thing that I have noticed for myself this week is that we are all sitting at what feels like sitting in this void, floating along on this breeze, just waiting for something, right? And that's what's happened with the solar transit this week. We've gone from that surrendering into what feels like sitting in that void, watching things come and go, potentially transient people. I've had this conversation with someone this morning. But it really feels like this week we're starting to bob along. We've been floating. We've been waiting with the surrender. We've been letting things go. Now this gate 36, is really about taking those opportunities that are being presented to us and creating a new experience. And we all like something new. But when you're creating this new experience, it's coming from that emotional intelligence. Okay? We are here to surrender to the wisdom of the journey itself, right? We are here having a human physical experience. So allow yourself to surrender to that wisdom that comes through you this week, your emotional intelligence, right? And the contemplation that I saw this morning was, what do you need for daily practice, right? And this really is powerful when you start something like this, to amp up your emotional energy around your intentions. How can you feel good? How can you use your emotional intelligence this week? Because we're all in the solar plexus and we're really talking about our emotional experience, right? So how can you amp up your emotional intelligence through your energy and your intention? Right? What can you do as a daily practice that will be really, really helpful for that? Just something to pay attention to this week, right? Because again, just like Gate 22 was surrendering to our dreams and desires being fulfilled, Gate 36, this is the gate of exploration. It kind of feels a little bit like an action here. Like this week is going to involve some action. Because those opportunities that you've been surrendering to, that have been coming at you, that you feel, I know something's coming, I'm here for a breakthrough, something's really, I'm just going to surrender to it all last week, this week. We've been sitting in that void, floating along. Now it's like, okay, where's your emotional intelligence here with the intention to hold that vision, right? You've just surrendered into that vision. It's coming at you. The opportunity is arriving. It's landing this week. How can you hold that vision, sustain that frequency of your emotional energy around your intention, right? And allow that opportunity to be received, right? And that there in yourself is using your strategy and your authority. How can I use my strategy and my authority this week to hold that vision, to hold that emotional intelligence, to bring it to life and wait for the opportunity? So generators, that looks like a sacral yes or no. If you have the emotional solar plexus that goes with it, then you've got to wait out your emotions with the answer that comes from your sacral, right? Manifesting generators and generators, that's your strategy. That's your authority. Projectors, strategy and authority is waiting for the invitation, waiting for that recognition. So while you've been bobbing along, floating along, and waiting for these opportunities, use your strategy or authority here to let it land this week. So reflectors, it's a 28-day lunar cycle. And to support that such a long time period, I was actually speaking to my reflector friend yesterday, and I just said to her, I said, how can you follow through each day of your cycle the signature success that you have, right? And each design has its own signature success. We're going to dive into that this week, actually, inside the Align by Design tribe, and I'd really love to have you in there. So please, if that feels a calling for you to learn more about human design, to go through these solar transits in a way that it's going to not overload your nervous system to the point where you're like, I've just taken on too much information, I can't take on a single thing. Not going to blow out your nervous system. We connect every single week and we follow the flow of the energy. So that's just a little bit about the tribe. Please come. We'd love to have you. You get a 14-day trial for $1. But this gate 36 is like we've been sitting, waiting, surrendering, and now the opportunities are coming. As I said, reflectors, you have a 28-day strategy and authority, but follow your signature success every single day. So a reflector, that's your joy, that's your surprise, that's your delight, with no expectation, so therefore disappointment doesn't come, right? So how can you hold that frequency, aligned emotional intelligence, a reflector, as an example here of holding their emotional intelligence for a full 28 days before that answer comes to them, right? How can you hold that frequency? And the same happens for all of the designs. Manifesting generators, projectors, manifestors, your strategy here is to initiate and inform. And then you follow your authority, which is your decision-making aspect on how that works for you. Is it the emotional solar plexus? Is the spleen? How does that work for you? Use your strategy and your authority here. It's super, super important. If you know nothing else of human design, if this is your first time coming, first time seeing human design, first time talking about solar transits, my suggestion here is grab your chart. Get to know what aura type you are, generator, manifesting generator, reflector, projector, manifestor, what that is. First and foremost, find that. Then start to follow the strategy and authority that comes with that. Okay? Right? And this is where, even if that is the very basis of what you do to begin your emotional intelligence journey, right? Because we are here to experience something new this week. Opportunities are coming at us. We've been sitting in the void, floating along on a breeze. Now this week, everything seems to land, all right? So do this with joy in your heart. Do this with excitement and curiosity, but do it with your openness. Be open to receiving what comes at you this week. It's a very, very powerful, important message on that one, right? Because you are the one who creates and makes. So where does that look like for you when it comes to a new experience, something new, right? Holding the vision and frequency on a emotionally intelligent way, which is very neutral, right? Because if you don't let things affect you, you just continually move through the chaos without taking on the chaos. So as I'm pulling a card now for each design type, please let me know in the comments what your design is. Are you a manifestor, generator, projector, etc.? Do you have gate 36 in your chart? I'd also love to know that. And where can you start today to look at the experience that you're looking to create, something new, right? This is all about exploration. It's a bit of an action where you're going to take the opportunity that is coming at you. So first and foremost, manifesting generators and generators. This one is for you. Oh, goodness me. I've got my thing on now. It doesn't show me. How delightful. No, it's not. God damn. I have to take it off, people. I'm very sorry. No background today. All right, let's go to the normal one. All right, so this one for manifesting generators and generators, it's expansion. Perfect for this week. Right, where are you holding the energy of expansion here? Where have you been sitting in that void? Where have you been floating along a breeze now where you've got this aha moment? You've got this sacral response to go, oh, yes, that's where I'm going. And you hold that frequency, right? Holding that frequency for the expansion that's coming, for the opportunity that's arriving. All right, be excited about it. Be curious. I wonder what that looks like. Oh, how exciting would that? Could you imagine if that happened? Oh, how fantastic. Oh my gosh. All right, sit in that surprise and delight. Sit in your signature success. That in itself is an emotional theme. For generators, managers, that's satisfaction. If you are frustrated, it's time to stop. But if you are satisfied, if it means that things have worked out all in your favor and you've had a really good day, that's your satisfaction. That's what you lead with. That creates the expansion. All right, so projectors. This week for you is facade. Right, so where have you been hiding? Where have you been looking at things as I'm reading into the energy here? Where have you been looking at things as an illusion? Where can those clouds, now that you've stopped sitting in this void and you've stopped kind of floating and now you're kind of sitting on this pad waiting, right? Where can you drop the illusion projectors this week and look at it with clarity instead of chaos, going, oh my God, now I know what that looks like. I finally remembered how to surrender. I finally remembered how to use my strategy and my authority. And here I am dropping all bullshit and I can see it for what it is. And now this week, I'm going to be open and curious to receiving what comes at me with excitement, right? Because it's always following your passion. It is going to light you up every single day of the week. Right. And a mantra that I channeled this week was, I'm so happy and grateful that I get to do this every single day. Right. It gives me so much joy because it's true. Every single day I get to wake up. I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. I get to wake up and choose anything that I want to do. What brings me joy today? This is what I'm doing. What brings me joy today? That's what I'm doing. Right. And when you do that every single day, you follow the flow of the energy. So drop the illusion projectors this week. Well, excuse me, still getting over that nasty cough. All right, reflectors, your card this week is dissipating. And when I'm tuning into this energy, it really feels like that sitting in the void, that waiting around is disappearing. You can see it moving. Reflectors are very much community and collective energy feelers, right? They feel into things and then they suggest, then they guide, then they, they kind of do this, right? They're always looking, always sampling, always checking shit out, right? So this, if you were to tune into it for yourself, reflectors, this sitting in the void, the floating along, waiting, right? The opportunities are coming. That energy of sitting around and waiting is dissipating for you. You can feel it, right? You know that it is disappearing, and you know that there's something coming at us this week, right? So just a confirmation of whatever you've been feeling this week, reflectors, that it's dissipating. It is going. All is well. Everything will be fine. Everything works out in your favor, of course. But sometimes we just seem to forget that every now and then. All right. And then manifestors. Where can you hold your emotional frequency with prayer? Where can you hold that with your prayer, with your intention, with you using your strategy and your authority to feel the opportunity coming at you? Where can you inform people that you are now going to be X, Y, and Z? Where can you start to initiate? Waiting. Where can you start to initiate? And the initiation comes from tuning in this little beacon of light that we are in a physical human body, starting to tune into that golden light up there, right? When everybody is a clear channel, everybody can channel. Right? And the fastest way to do that is to use this as a beacon of light to that, right? And for manifestors, that week looks like, for you this week, prayer, right? We are always tuning in. We are always constantly on radio station tune in, right? It's just the level of what we're tuning into. And again, using our energy of intention with our emotions to create this week. Manifestors, just take that on board. Use your prayers, use your guidance, that beacon that keeps going, do, 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 do. Use that, and then embody that, whatever that frequency is, hold it. Inform people of what you're doing. Initiate things that are going to move the needle, that get those opportunities coming at you. That is everybody's design this week. And Facebook user says, waiting. I know there is this, we are here to wait, right? We are not here to react. We are here to wait and respond. Every single design responds in some way. I know by the terminology, it says that human design sacral generators are here to respond as part of their strategy, right? And we are, but so is everyone else. We are here to wait and use your strategy and authority. The only people that don't have to wait are the manifestors. They don't have to wait. They can just inform. They can just initiate like that, right? If their strategy, if their emotional solar plexus says yes, if their authority says yes, right? That's how you lead with your strategy and your authority. Making those decisions will put you in alignment very goddamn quickly. When you follow each week with the flow of the sun, you will become more fluid. Therefore, your intentions become manifestations very fast because you're going with the flow. You're following the world, right? You're not stuck. You're never static. We are always moving. So this week, wait for those opportunities. They are coming at us. Sit with an open heart. Be open to receiving with curiosity, and let those opportunities land for you this week. All right. So much love to you. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Look forward to seeing you again next week. And until then, bye for now.